Before we get started, we want you to know that we have a relationship with the mentioned brands and earn a commission at no additional cost to you when you shop through any of the links provided by us.
Hi, my name is Yarin with Business Hand, and I am here to teach you all the basic terms that you need to know before you open your LLC in the United States. If you have already done so, this video is still for you. So let's get right to it. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Yarin. I am the Director of Quality Assurance, Training, and Online Reputation for one of the biggest filing companies within the United States. So I can guarantee you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of the terms and what it is that you need. Hopefully this information can save you a buck or two. So let's get right to it. Okay, so for all my beginners, what is an LLC and why do I need it? An LLC is a limited liability company. This means that it limits your liability. So essentially it's creating an entity that way you can take the hit just in case you get sued or I don't know, something happens with your company. The company takes a hit and it's a separate entity from you, which means that your bank account is protected, your personal house is protected, your car is protected. The LLC's bank account, that might be at stake, but not yours. So it limits your liability by separating it from your entity. So that's what the LLC does. It is very important to have one in case you are already operating, because if you don't, that means that you are not protected. That means that you can lose your home, you can lose your assets. So if you have one, good, and if you don't, get one. How do I open an LLC? You open an LLC by registering it with the Secretary of State. If you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Just go to Google and type in Secretary of State of, I don't know, Oklahoma, or Secretary of State of Idaho. Wherever it is that you're going to be operating, you want to open your LLC there. Now, let's check out a few of the terms that you're going to be seeing in the Secretary of State website. That way they don't seem big and scary. And one of the very first ones that you're going to be encountering is the organizer. What is the organizer? The organizer is essentially the person that files the company. So whoever registered the company with the Secretary of State, that's who the organizer is going to be, right? So this piece of information is not ever going to change. So you want to make sure that whoever that organizer is going to be, you're okay with it. You're okay with that information being public information, because it's just not going to change in the future. It will remain the same. I'd like to give a little example, a comparison example as to when a child is born, right? The child is born, well, who delivered that baby? The doctor who delivered the baby will always be on the baby's birth certificate. So that's not going to change unless the baby's born again, which is not going to happen. So remember, the organizer is not going to change. It's the equivalent of the doctor that delivered the baby. Just keep that in mind. Now, if you don't want to open your LLC yourself and you want to have an expert do it for you, that's totally cool. You can have somebody else do that for you, and in that case, then that third party will be your organizer, because they were the ones to file the company for you. I'll leave the link below just in case this is something that sounds good to you and you want to do that. If not, remember, just save yourself the money and go to Google, type in Secretary of State of Oklahoma or wherever you are, and do it there. Now let's dive into the articles of organization, which is like the birth certificate of your company. So depending on the state, the information that's going to be on those articles is going to vary. Some may have the organizer, some might not. Some might have the members, the address of the company, the registered agent. Well, actually, all states have a registered agent. We'll get to that one in a bit. But yeah, it does vary depending on the state. If you're looking for a state that doesn't list who the owners of the company will be or are, is two states that are good for that is Delaware and Wyoming. So just take that into account. If that works for you, go ahead and do it like that. So what I'm going to do for you is I have an article within my website that you can check out, and that article is going to list all the states and what information is made public or not. That way you can do with that information or whatever works for you. Okay, I'll leave the link below and go ahead and check it out. Now, one piece of information that's always going to be public is the registered agent information. Keep in mind that the registered agent is only the person who receives state correspondence on your behalf. If it's a third party, then it can be an entity, but usually it is a person. It can be you, it can be your mom, it can be your dad, it can be whoever. Just as always, as they have a physical address in the state in which you're going to be opening your LLC. If you don't have a physical address in that state, then you do require a third party to provide that service for you. But if you don't, and you're okay with using your address, and you're okay with that address being public, and you're okay with your name being public as a registered agent, go ahead, do it. Save that buck. Don't pay the third party. If you do wish to have a third party because you don't have an address, or you don't live here, you're from abroad, or whatever the case may be, go ahead and get it from a third party. If you get it from the third party providers that I'm showing you below, the ones that I'm leaving the link to, if you register your company through them, they do give you a free year of the registered agent service, and then it's an ongoing charge of $119 annually, but you can cancel at any time, so that's something sweet as well. But if you have no issues, like I said, being your own registered agent and that information being public, go ahead and do it yourself. List yourself as a registered agent, save that money, and make money with that money. All right, so let's move on to the members. The members are the owners of the company. That information will or will not be public depending on the state. So that's not something you can choose, unfortunately. Remember, 2 states that won't list the members are Delaware and Wyoming. Now, another piece of information that might be public and you can't do anything about it, but the state decides, is the address of the company and the address of the members. So if you have a restaurant, a bar, a shoe store, whatever it is that you have, you can use that address if you don't mind it being public. But then again, why would you? If you're trying to get people to know your place, go ahead and list that address. But if you're doing like an e-commerce, then you might not want to make public your home address. So in this case, you might want to use a virtual address. Now, virtual address, what they do is that they'll provide to you this address that you can use, not to go physically there, but you can use within your registry with the Secretary of State. That way that information is the one that's made public, and it shields your personal information. So that's that. What they do for you also is that they'll receive your correspondence, not the mail from the Secretary of State, but any other mail that is directed to your company. The virtual address will receive it, scan it, upload it to your dashboard, and then it'll send you an email. That way you can see everything in your dashboard. Now, they typically don't receive packages, at least most providers won't. So that's something that you got to check out if that's something that you're interested in. If not, then just go ahead and get any virtual address, and that can work for you. Now, this virtual address can work for your company and your members. So you'll just pay for one service and you'll knock out those two, the member's address and the company address. All right, so just to recap, let's look at the terms that we learned today. The organizer, which is the person who registered the company; the articles of organization, which is the birth certificate of the company; the registered agent, which is the person legally liable to receive state correspondence in your company's behalf; the virtual address, which is an alternative address for your company that you can use; and the members, which are the owners of the company. And that's it for today. Hopefully this information is of use to you. If you're operating and you haven't gotten your LLC, go ahead and do it now. I wish you the best of luck. I'm going to be here to be helping you out and showing you everything that you need to know, that way you can become LLC experts. And that's it, folks. If you need a hand, you got a business hand right here. I hope you have a great day or a great night. I wish you the best of luck, and go get that money. Bye-bye. Thank you.